Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I will continue this lunchtime sculpt. Gonna get some more detail coming up in here. What I like to do is start to get some of this. These are my little references, but I'm just gonna start pushing and pulling, getting a little more cavity, a little more of this inset going on, a little more over and under fleshy like that. We'll just keep that up for reference. I think what I also need to do is modify my brush, so let's go to, I'm gonna drop down to this little depth. I got my standard brush, and let's go ahead and drop some gravity. So like if I push gravity up, you can start to see that it droops. That's pretty good. I don't want it that much, I just want a little gravity, just something to get a little interest. And we're just gonna start pushing and getting some details in here, so that when you're far away you can start to see a little bit more of those accents that I'm trying to force in here. Forcing a little bit more details. Start getting some of that. Get some little extra definition going. Might need to subdivide. Let's see. Subdividing larger than specified. So I'll probably need to rework, re-optimize, re-up, so I can distribute some of these polygons a little bit easier. Hitting that little bit of a limit. You could always go higher, breaking up pieces in different ways, but for me, for what I want today, I just want to sculpt. That's all I want to do. Just want to get a little bit of have a little fun with this. Start to get those details coming in. Got to break the symmetry pretty soon too. That's another thing that I like to get in here. And going in. Really, you're not going to see as close, but I do want the detail. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got down here. Let's see what kind of details. So what I could do is separate the head, just cut that off, and rework back and forth, go in there. That's an option, and that's probably the best option to do, because really I don't need that the bottom half. I could probably start cutting the mesh up a little bit more. Slice it down here, because I don't need any of this. Just added geometry. Reroute some of these polygons to the face a little bit more. So let's click the wrong button. Alright, all good. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. What kind of mess we got in here. Let's go to solo. Let's go up here. We don't need this. We're gonna start cleaning up my folder a little bit. Got a little crazy, but I'm always like paranoid about deleting, I guess, parts over time, and I'm just like, oh, I need that part later. Kind of hoarding geometry. In the end, I don't really need it. All right, so we got that. I can duplicate this. This is probably where I would duplicate and keep it. So we always got that to reproject. We're going to turn it off though, and then we're going to go here, turn off all subdivisions, so we get rid of that. Delete lower. See, now it's going to be somewhere we're going to turn off perspective. You don't want perspective. I'm going to go in here and slice it. So knife curve probably be good, and I'll probably go about there. So you got a clean cut. Very clean, very clean. See, I didn't really need all that. So if I were to go back, watch, boom. It's a lot of real estate that I don't need to be wasting, because we're really just going to be about here. And if I do it right, you know, I'll frame it, kind of frame it just right. looking. Even these just show about the shoulder, and I'm okay with that. I just kind of want to peek the creature out, and he can have a longer neck, but I don't know. I feel like that neck is pretty good. So let's go and remesh this model. Now that I got that, let me turn everything else off down here. Oop, grabbing. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna keep this other mesh right here. Can't see that has the bottom. I'm gonna keep that on. Turn on my mesh I just cut, and if I turn on this, you can see where it's at. And then we're gonna remesh it down again. So if you follow the other video, I'm gonna go to Z remesher. As long as everything works, I can turn on adaptive, let it be adaptive. You're gonna let it process. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. You see this little process here. So sometimes the first one usually takes a little bit longer. And going from there. While that's going, let's go ahead and look at these references. See what we got. Like this, a little bit of that fleshy part. You can see the skin kind of transitioning here. So that's cool. That real meaty part. All right, let's remesh this again. Pick up where I'm going. I like this fold right here over the nose, so I probably should kind of give it a little more crease right there, maybe. Let's keep this up so we don't forget that. I'm gonna keep that. I like his eyes too. Kind of got like a little bit of a craziness to it. You just keep doing this, just Z remesh, or if you're, I don't know, if you're looking for kind of ideas how to get your model lower and work with it, I'm just dropping it as much as I can, and I'll project it back up. It's probably good to project as I go to kind of keep the form. Poly paint data, yes, let's keep all that. Let's keep that poly paint. So looking pretty good, little bit clean. I could probably go one more Z remesh and project all. Yes, I should push always yes, always to the yes. So now you can see what we have, something to work with. I'm gonna start divide up, turn off the solo, and then project down, and then we'll do it again. Divide up, you can see at subdivision 3, project down, and really it's looking like it's picking it up really good. So we're at 3, and I was wanting to go 7 a while ago, so that's not too bad. Let's turn that off. Okay, we can smooth that out. That's not a big deal. You can always smooth stuff out, but let's see if I got some little bit of playroom here, so we can start to a little bit better. So we're gonna kind of crease up and crease down. Most models, if you're trying to get a time frame of how long something takes, that's up to you. Your deadline. Up to you and your deadline. How much you want to spend working on these, and how much fun you're having. If you're not having fun, then I don't know. It's a lot of fun for me. Just making little monsters and stuff. See that? Now we can kind of force a little more traffic on his face. I guess that's the word. Give some flow. We could always go up, and you can see the old. You see, let's go to solo. Go solo, go up. Had some different random pieces, but those were more to create the blocking out. You want to get it blocked out. So we'll go up. You can start to see a lot of detail. Now I could probably project some of this back in again one more time. Let's do that. Let's not waste anything. But I don't want to. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go ahead. Project all. I don't want to lose some of that. That's some of the good juicy detail that helps give this character. Yeah, well, it's a lot of work too, right? It's a little bit of work that could be reused. So let's see. We're gonna turn off this top mesh. So now I can kind of rework this. Rework the nose. Use that standard brush here. My hotkey, I'm left-handed, so I have my arrow keys to go up and down. So it helps me a lot doing this. If you're right-handed, maybe making the keys closer to your hand speed your process up. Keep you from having to reach all the way across your keyboard. Well, we're at 5. Let's go one more, see if it'll let me. And yes, a little more detail. And this is where you can start to get that I'm gonna go for another reference. Where's the first one I saw? I think it's over here on the left. Ooh, look at that. So you can start seeing that flesh kind of come down. Let's do some of that. And so what I do is drop down. I learned this from Widowback's videos, and he'll drop down and shift gears. Years ago, I don't know, it was just, and he probably always teaches that too whenever you watch his videos. And then go in here. You can start to cut in if you need some more definition. Boom and boom. Just go in there. This texture is throwing me for a little bit. Let's get some regular color skin shader. Like I said, you can spend all day on just one little piece, just sculpting back and forth. It's up to you how much you're gonna do. Just back and forth. How much do you want to put? And this isn't even how do you say, like the full details of just doing everything if you really want to, like get some crazy little stuff going on here. That's what I want to do, is push these cavities a little bit more. Let's give some highlights. So if you were to look at this from a distance, you can start to see. Ooh, my button's acting up today. I don't know if I got something slow me down or what. Something's eating some resources. See that? Now, treating this like hair, these veins just kind of going in and out. And I can start to actually start pulling stuff out right here. Drop gears, dropping gears, and going back and forth. Start to push and pull. Forming stuff out at low poly also helps too, so that's a little bit of that. Give it like this little ear almost. He needs a sound hole, right? He needs something to hear out of. So probably give him some couple unique, right? Something unique. He's not human, or is he? Used to be. It's that backstory coming back, right? What is he? What's his story? What's your story, buddy? What's his story? So we can start to navigate some of these. And sometimes I get caught up on one brush. I'm gonna change this up. Let's give a little bit of a. Let's see what this one does. Let's see. So we get a little variation. Start chiseling away. Make it bigger. And that color kind of helps kind of define where things are gonna be. Going around, cutting some harder edges. So when you look at it from a distance, you start to see those little details start to pop. So if I were to do it here, you start to get the cavities going. His eyes, let's see, we need everything on. We need everything on. That's better, right? Helps, it helps. And if you're not using a Wacom or stylus or something, it's going to be a little more difficult to get something out of the using a mouse. It's not a bad investment. You know, I've heard you can do it, ZBrush, without it, but if I were clicking with the mouse, this would be a lot harder. Almost not fun. So yeah, investing in tools always helps. Doesn't hurt. Get this going. Yeah. How does this face attach to his teeth, right? This was supposed to have been a quick lunch sculpting and be done in a day. Doesn't always turn out that way. You start to see where I'm fleshing out the gums. I do like this light color. Like if I were to go back, I'm gonna actually adjust that the lighter tone. But I just needed to give him some kind of fleshiness. So if you also hold Alt with the damn standard, you can also pop stuff out if you want. Give it a little more, something, a little more crease. Depends on what you're going for. I'm gonna try to push and pull this. Shift gears, drop it down, just go a little low. Just kind of shape this. Push this in, push this out. Let's go to our standard brush and just keep going. So the other thing is I've been posting a little bit more, and the biggest factor was the internet got a lot better here at the house. Jumped on with the Starlink internet, and it's not an ad. I'm just saying that when you live outside of town, sometimes the internet you get stuck with is a little limited. Previous internet was satellite, but it wasn't that great. And I still got it just for backup, because that's what I need out here. Autosave. But the internet's been a lot. I'm a lot happier. I can upload a lot easier without waiting. Let's just say waiting a good amount of time. Let's continue to look forward though. But yeah, very, very big game changer for us at this house. We can actually get a lot done. You don't realize how much of the world is based on the internet, right? I always like to say, keep you a little bit humble when you're when you don't have something. Kind of makes things hard too. But it's all good. Everything. Life moves forward and you progress and get cooler stuff. Technology advances. Just keeps going. So yeah, I've been trying to get it more post out because it's not so much of a headache anymore to do that. Makes it a little more. It's a game changer. Let's just say. Perspective. Let's turn this on. All right, there we go. Perspective. It may not look like I've really gotten very far, but you know, just that's part of this process of working in Zbrush. You're gonna push and pull, and I'll get it. I think after today I'm gonna shift gears and try to get a little more finished. I just want to get the face area a little bit more with this fleshy, you know, what I was calling it earlier on, cheese. A little more cheese. Cheese details in there. Let's go to standard, bump it up. Let's give some extra detail. Bam. Kind of smoothing and going over a piece, smoothing, pulling out a piece. Don't be afraid to play with this too. This your focal shift, if you're ever trying to get some more variations. See, helps right there. The gravity also, you can see the gravity folding over itself. That's good. That's what we wanted. So now push. See? Found a little sweet spot. Let's just kind of, oh, wrong button. There you go. A little sweet spot. Gravity's a little heavy. Let's kind of lighten that up. Push this back in. See, you can start to see these little folds. Just start accenting. Going this way. Nothing crazy either. I'm using the standard brush for this. And you can do a lot with the standard brush. Have it all kind of connect the back. That's a good thing about creatures. That anatomy is whatever you want it to be. So I want this to be the clay brush right here, because you can start to see. Kind of gives that clumpy, brainy look. Start clumping it in there. Brain it up. Braining it up. Getting down to that home stretch near the end of this little segment of time. Some neck. Some details to this neck. This is where that gravity can come in. So you don't have to use the standard, but we do want to push this out. A little too clumpy, huh? Let's like that load. Too much clumpiness, and this intensity dropped. So let's see if that folds. Kind of. It's something. Chaos. The chaotic nature of brushes gives you that extra weird, sometimes happy mistakes. Let's push it in here. One there. Turn that down. That up. Just accent some more stuff. Let's break up this. Break that up. It's really just building up, building the clay up. Just seeing what goes where. I kind of wanted to have more of those veins going everywhere, but we'll see where we get it. Clumping. Looks like a bone. Just gotta have fun with this stuff. See, some of that stuff looked too clean down here, right? Just gotta dirty it up. Push it down. See that? A little more highlight down here. Build up some cavity. Some pockets. Extra pockets there. Let's build this up. Whatever's going on here looks too clean. Push. Get that damn standard brush in here. Start forcing in extra lines. There we go. The more you work it, the more you start to see some folds coming in. Get this eyeball more defined. I want to put a texture in there, but let's do that for later. My little Wacom pen is squeaky. I don't know why it's squeaky today. So I'm pushing too hard on the canvas. And now we can use alpha maps, right? But sometimes just getting these hard details that you want in here going, and then I can go in and start to pinch these surfaces to give a little more to them. Just give it a little more folds. Start to get more detail. Start guiding the topology of everything. I don't always use the pinch, but sometimes it helps. I don't like how you deform the mesh too much, but let's get some variation in here. Make it bigger. See, just kind of ease it over this. Yeah, buddy. So you just kind of pull it just a little bit. Smooth it out. I guess he could like makes his brain a little breathing something. So smooth it back out. Here is coming here. But yeah, getting close to that time. Hey, I guess my pen has either gotten flattened or something. Changed it out recently. I don't know the nib, but who knows? Maybe my tablet needs to be a little more. There we go. Pushing and pulling. Making the see, it starts to look like a little fleshy, but that's about where we're at. Let's see what we can get perspective on. Let's move this out the way. What did I have before? I don't even remember what it was. It was some kind of plastic. Maybe this one. A little more wet. A little more wetness to it. So we can get this going and see what we got. You know what's fun to do is add a little subsurface scattering. So right here. Wax. And I don't know. Let's just go. Yes, wipe that on. Properties. Let me see, wax preview. You can start to see some of that little subsurface kicking in, make them look a little more fleshy. But yeah, this is about where we're gonna stop at today. Little fun session, little lunchtime session, and then hopefully maybe tomorrow. So maybe I could pose them. But I'd like to get as much detail in. Well, I'll take that back. I might need to get more detail in first and use the alpha map, stuff like that. And then we can start to go back in and give a little bit more. I don't know. There's a little more stuff here. Sometimes looking at it from a distance, you start to read it. You're like, oh, need some TLC over here. So that's where we're at. Kind of breaking this surface up. Yeah, I saw little pieces. I'm like, I got a sculpt on it. I got a sculpt. Yeah, so there we go. We'll just call this one for today as a stopping point, and we'll go from here. And hopefully, tomorrow we can find a little window, jump back in, continue. So appreciate you watching. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Later.